Hello, friends. Welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be designing a horizontal layout for the first week of fall in my catch-all planner. So come play with me. And I've got this washi tape here ready to go, as well as a few mild liners I may use, some PET stickers I got from Amazon, this Happy Planner sticker book, and this Planning Things sticker book, which I'll pull from. Okay, gonna go ahead and lay down some wax paper to get things started, per usual, and I'm gonna tape it down so things don't move around. So I have this really cool kind of wall washi tape that I got on Amazon, which I really like. Really cool styling as far as the script, old vintage style, which I really like, and I kind of feel has a more elegant look to it. So I'm going to use that as a sort of backer, and what I'm going to start by doing is ripping it in half and then using the straight edges there on the spine. That way I get a nice kind of uneven edge, but can use that straight edge on the center where it would normally be straight anyway if I had cut it down. That helps maximize the washi tape as well, so I don't waste any washi tape, and yeah, it just makes things a little bit simpler. But like I said, I grabbed these packs of fall leaf stickers from Amazon not too long ago. I just did a haul in August and picked up a bunch of new items. So I'm gonna try and make a spread primarily with these stickers. I'm thinking to do just kind of like a cascading green into yellow, orange, red tones down the page. Thinking, because this is the first week of fall, that'll be just a nice way to kind of visualize a transition from summer into fall. And then plus I always like kind of gradient, rainbow colored spreads. Those always bring me joy. So we're going to go with that. I'm trying to figure out which leaves I want to use where, so I'm just quickly organizing things, saving some, trying not to repeat any of the same leaves. That's part of it. Also looking for the ones that give me the strongest color change so you can really easily see the transition from each color. So that's something I'm thinking about. And the two sets that I'm using there, one I think is maple leaves, and the other one, it has a name, but it's basically just like generic leaves. So I'm going to combine those two. It also came with, I think, ginkgo leaves as well as the third pack in the set. But they have a very distinct look, even though they also change for fall. And I just want to kind of stick with more traditional leaves that you would see here in maybe like the United States. I'm guessing the ginkgo leaves are more popular in Asian countries. It's not something that is very common here in the US. So I decided to save those for a different spread. I'll figure out something cool to do with those later. And for now, just kind of stick with these traditional leaves for fall here in the, like I said, the United States. So I think I've pulled in here all of the leaves that I want to use and have organized them by color going down the page. And now I'm going to pull in just some colorful boxes here from this Planning Things sticker book of autumn boxes. I really think that the colors here are a pretty good match for this theme. Obviously, it's autumn colors, so it does help. I have all the main colors that I think I want to use. I'm going to just pull in the greens for the top, so 2 boxes at the top on Monday and Friday. Then yellow, then orange, then red going down the page again, continuing that gradient feel. And then lastly, I always like to add in a quote or something. So I have the Happy Planner Seasonal Fall Sticker Book, which is actually one of my faves. If I find it again, I'm probably going to pick up a second one because I just really like the styling in this book. And found this copper toned quote. It's a foiled quote, but I like the shade of it. I think it works well enough with the stickers I'm using here. So I grabbed that in. It says, "I love fall most of all." And I have that kind of splitting the day between Saturday and Sunday. The first day of fall being on the 23rd, which is Saturday. So I thought that was a good place for it. So now I'm starting to actually stick down some of these stickers, kind of getting their final placement there in the spread. Just trying to make sure everything looks good, semi-random. Trying to be sure that it doesn't look too cluttered, but also has enough variety so you can see the individual leaves. Overlapping a little, but not too much. I mentioned this before, but one of the great things about the PET style stickers is that they are clear, but wherever the printing is on the stickers tends to be semi-opaque, if not pretty opaque. So you can layer them a lot nicer than you can just standard clear stickers because the opacity isn't quite as light. And so they look a little bit more natural than if you use, like I said, a standard clear sticker where you can see through it enough to really see the overlap quite a bit. These camouflage it a lot nicer. I'm just going to go ahead and, like I said, find their final home going down the page along the spine here. I think originally I was thinking to tuck them underneath the wall washi, but then I kind of changed my mind because I liked seeing the full leaf out and about, so decided to layer it right on top instead. And just making small adjustments as I go, but really trying to hone in on the colors. Like I said, going down the page, creating that strong gradient as I move down, but also trying not to have anything get too lost in amongst each other, like some of those maple leaves. They have a lot shorter stems, so I was struggling a little bit with making them prominent in there without them being covered by the more rounded leaves. This is looking good. I think I might do a little bit of leaf shuffle here from left to right. Moving some things over onto the left page or switching some things out just so that I can get a little bit better balance, but we'll see. Like I said, those maple leaf stickers are a little bit more challenging because of how short the stems are. So in order to really keep them prominent on the page, you have to place them just right. I'm now back onto the left, kind of making some adjustments there, having one of those maple leaves kind of coming out like the yellow one is on the right-hand side for a little bit better balance. And then I thought I might bring in another of those copper quotes here on the left-handed page as well. We'll see though, it's a pretty large quote and I'm already cutting it close as far as space for functionality. If you follow my channel, you know I always prioritize the functionality of the spread over the design. So if something isn't going to give me enough room to do my standard checklist every day and preferably a focus box, I'll make an adjustment to the design, not the functionality. So I'm always thinking about that because I want my planner to be useful for me and not just a pretty thing to look at. My whole goal with planning is planning, not the creative process. That's just kind of an extra thing that I like and enjoy. That just makes it more engaging for me to be planning in the planner. So I went ahead and cut up that one quote that I originally put down and decided against adding in the second quote. But what I am going to do is add in some of these random leaves that are from that seasonal fall sticker book that have a little bit of a copper outline to them, just to spread in a little bit more of that foil in and around the spread. I don't like to have things in isolation when I design something. It's always good to add some sort of repetition if you can. And since there's no other foil in and around the spread other than that quote, having these little tidbits of foil in and out of the spread, I think really help bring that repetition in where there was none. And these are a lot of like just little mismatched extras that I've had from previous spreads where I didn't end up using them. I added those in just from what I had left over. I wasn't originally planning to do this, but I think it really does help with creating an overall feel of connection with the spread. And okay, I really like how this turned out, so let's go ahead and start moving things over to the actual page. Starting with these focus boxes here on the left, and then on the right, basically the ones on the outsides. And I just did those in an alternating day pattern. The spread is actually pretty symmetrical for balance and ease. It's a little bit easier for me to just stick with something that has a good, symmetry to it. And then I went ahead and rolled off that first side of the leaves and the washi tape. And that came off super smooth. I just lined it up with the edge of the spine before I started rolling it off, and pretty much came off like a charm. And now we'll do the same thing, just kind of in the opposite direction, starting with the straight edge. Lining that up with the spine, making sure everything's kind of straight. And also relieving any tension that tends to happen when you do a long strip of washi. And then from there, I'm just pulling it off of the wax paper, and it came off super smooth. No issues at all. Just going to realign this quote, and because I kind of shifted it a smidge, I'm going to white out behind this word all so it doesn't run into the black lines, just to get a cleaner look there. And then we'll go ahead and trim off the tops and the bottoms of these pages, saving any of the stickers that I can for a future spread, just in case. Never know what you might need. And then I also use my little sticker spatula here to push down those clear stickers, kind of eliminating any air gaps or whatever so that it looks pretty seamless on the page. Same thing on this side, trimming and pressing them down into the pages. And okay, it's looking really nice. I'm going to go ahead and chance it with my Happy Planner punch, just layering these two pages together so that the washi tape will stick to each other. And I had success, so that was really happy. You never know with my Happy Planner punch. It's so finicky. So I was happy that that worked. Saved me a lot of time as far as trying to trim out holes and what have you. The last thing I'll do is add in my checklists with my mile liners. I'll use the same colors that are on the focus boxes basically for each of the days. And that will do it, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye!